No. They interpret the Constitution. Did he get a fair trial? If he did, that's the end of it. And it doesn't have to be just a trial. It could be a state suing a state, or a state suing the federal government, things like that. Okay? Does the Constitution cover this? So they interpret. There's 9 of them. They get anywhere from $250,000 to $300,000 a year, which is a fair, not bad salary, except that any one of them, if they were in a private law practice or with a corporation, a large law practice in New York or wherever, Chicago, they'd be making several $1,000,000 a year. So why be on the Supreme Court? Yeah. That's true. Any federal appointee judge is for life. And so you're there. And there's only 9 of you. Okay? So it's a good deal. And I didn't mention, what's the president make? About $400,000 a year. Okay? Which still, and I don't know why I remember this, but when Ronald Reagan got out of office, within a week out of office, a Japanese company employed him, asked him to come make a speech in Japan, and he did, paid $1 million. Okay, ex-presidents make some money, okay, going around on the speech tournament. Okay, the one we are here for. What does the legislative branch do? Okay, they make the law. Okay, we're in the 119th Congress. It will be until January 3rd of 2027. Okay, then it'll start the 120th. A session is every 2 years. I looked it up just for fun. I had to go back. The 118th, because the 119th isn't done. The 118th Congress introduced 12,354 laws, or bills. They passed 63. Now think about that. 12,000 plus, and they passed 63. It was the worst, or the slowest session since the 1930s. And the 119th may break the record, because there's just not much going on. They're not passing a lot of laws. Okay, they can override a veto, 2/3. Their duties, appropriate money, which they're usually pretty good at. Impose taxes, although you're safe this year. Whoever's running for Congress this year, who will stand up there and say, vote for me and I'll raise your taxes? They're not going to get many votes. The other thing is they make appointments, and that's pretty powerful. In fact, they're still doing it. I don't know why I remember this either, but when Bill Clinton became president on January 20th, 10,000 people in government lost their jobs because they were patronage. All the cabinet, they lose their jobs because a new president is going to come in and pick the people that he wants. And you've got 10,000 other jobs like that. Does he appoint all those 10,000? He doesn't even know them. But his advisors say, this would be good, this would be good. So 10,000. And approved treaties. Okay? The treaty that ended World War I was what? Okay, Treaty of Versailles. Who was president? Wilson. Okay, Wilson. He, it's like, okay, let's go and have some fun. So he gathered up some of these people, some members of Congress, they took a boat to Paris, partied for a while on the American taxpayer money, had a good time, went to the Palace of Versailles. Has anybody ever been there? Pretty impressive place, isn't it? Yeah. Although I read one time when it was built, there were no toilets in Palace of Versailles. So what do they do? They just crapped in corners or whatever. It's like, said it was a pretty smelly place, okay? But, so they went there, they signed it, came back home, went to the Senate and said, here. And what did the Senate do? Said no. They wouldn't ratify it because several of the senators wanted to go and they were not happy that Wilson didn't take them. And so it was about 2 years later when they finally signed a peace treaty ending World War I with the United States, signed the Austro-Hungarian Empire, Germany, Prussia, and the Ottoman Turks. And that ended it, okay? So for us, the Treaty of Versailles did not end World War I. We have 2 senators. Name one. Dick Durbin. Anything you know about Dick Durbin? Huh? Okay, he's retiring. What size shirt you want? He is retiring. How many of you will be 18 in November? Okay, you get a chance to elect a senator. Okay, he will be retiring. And the other one is Tammy Duckworth. Okay. Okay, Tammy Duckworth. A senator will make about $175,000. What's kind of interesting is the Senate is referred to as the Millionaires Club. Almost all of the 100 senators are millionaires. And if you recognize names like Heinz, ever heard of Heinz? Ketchup, that kind of stuff, worth about $500 million. Rockefellers. And you can start going down the line and looking at them and going, okay, you recognize them. Now the upside, well, to be a senator, you have to be 30 years old, okay? Live 9 years in Illinois, okay? And you're good. There are a couple states where basically if you're in the state on the election day, you can win. New York being one of those. Several years ago, a person decided they wanted to be a senator in New York, so they ran for a few months, nothing like today where you're running for a year or more. They were there on election day, and they were elected senator of New York. You know who I'm talking about? Huh? No. No. She's long before you. Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton became senator and didn't live in the state, which is kind of, you're going, okay, really kind of interesting. The upside of being a senator is there's job security. 6 years. Okay, 6 years. You're going, okay, good. I'm here, I've got some stability, I can kind of do what I want. You get about $175,000. I may have said that already, but that they don't need the money. They're all rich, okay? The House, now the House is a little different. You get 2 years. Anybody know who your representative, well, and I don't, I need somebody, I think, from Peoria, because that... Dave Taylor. Who? Dave Taylor. No. Aaron LaHood. Okay. Darren LaHood. Ray LaHood is dad, and I went to grade school and high school together in Peoria. Okay, yeah. Huh? He's got a kid that's friends with my sister. Oh, okay. Well, neat. Okay. Ray was interesting. He didn't expect him to go into politics, but anyway. Now, you need to be 25, 7 years residence. Okay? Do you want to be a politician? Who wants to be a politician? Okay, a few of you. Here's one for you. Now, this is, again, another Peoria person. At 18 years old, he was elected to the school board of the 150 district in Peoria. 18. He wasn't out of high school. And he's on the school board, which is fairly impressive. Okay? At 19, he's elected president of the Peoria School Board. 19 years old. Now, he's not much older than you, okay? At 22, he ran for the Illinois House of Representatives and won. At 25, he ran for the U.S. House of Representatives and won. At 27 or 28, I don't remember exactly how old he was arrested by the FBI. Okay, and you're going, crap. Well, he got caught up in what is fun. Lobbyists coming in, hey, how'd you like to fly back to Chicago for a Bears game? Cool, you'll be in one of the suites. Oh, that's cool. How'd you like to fly to Florida for this or that? He was all for it. Well, you can't do that. You know, there are limits. And they caught him. Never did find out. I mean, the trial, now this has been a few years ago. He was arrested, and I don't know if he ever went to trial. But if you want to be a politician, once you get elected, be careful. Follow the law, okay? A representative and this is from, I had he's still a friend, Michael Patrick Flanagan, was elected to the House of Representatives out of a Chicago area. He was a Republican, and he won in a solid Democratic district, partly because the Democrat representative was corrupt. He won. He was there for 2 years, and then he was defeated by Rod Blagojevich. I don't know if anybody's heard of Rod Blagojevich. He's famous. You hear this from my friend Chuck Neff in the executive branch. Illinois has a real history of governors when they're out of office going to prison. Blagojevich was one of them. He was governor, he was ex-governor, and he was in prison. And Illinois has had 4 or 5 governors like that over the last 75 years. Mike told me that in his day, and this would have been in the 90s, he needed $1 million to run for office. Okay, which today that's drop in the bucket. In some cases, they're talking $10, $15 million to get a job that pays $175, which meant, we figured it out, he needed to raise $5,000 a day for 2 years. Now think about that. How do you make $5,000 a day every day? I mean, you go to a lot of dinners where they're paying $1,000 a plate to come see you, and they can donate to you. The PACs are out of control anymore. They can donate tons of money. But anyway, that was interesting. $5,000 a day. Okay. The state, okay, state of Illinois, Springfield, the powers, you must follow the U.S. Constitution. If it's not in the Constitution, the state has that power. Does the state have the power to coin money? No, no. And if you remember a little bit, you know, Europe before the euro, you know, if you went from Germany to France, you had to get different money. You went from marks to francs. If you go to Italy, lira. So every time you cross the border, it'd be like you going from Illinois to Indiana. Well, Indiana had their own money, so you got to get a different kind of money, which is ridiculous. So things like that. Postage, you know, the United States Postal Service, if each state had their own post office, it doesn't work. The things that they can do is establish a militia. Well, you saw this morning, you were out there flag raising, the militia was out there doing things. So each state has a militia. Establish schools. And basically what the Brown versus Topeka Board of Education said, the primary purpose of a state is educating its population. Schools, okay? Schools are the main thing. And so if you ever, ask your parents, how much of our tax money goes to schools? A lot of it, well over 50%, okay? It's all, that's where it's at. And when submitted, amendments to the Constitution. Okay? The Constitution has very little, has not been changed. There have been more than 11,000 attempts in Congress to amend the Constitution. How many amendments do we have? 27. 27, okay, 27. So it doesn't happen much. The last two, I don't hear much about them, but there was a stretch where one was flag desecration, an amendment, didn't get through. The other was prayer in school, has not made it. And you don't hear about those two anymore, not much at all. Was it Texas that passed a law that said well, yeah, but Ten Commandments, thank you. Who said that? Okay, all I have is extra large and large, XL? Oh, okay. The Ten Commandments. People went to court, took them to court. Court said, no, separation of church and state, so no, okay. So they I don't know if they're appealing, and so it's going on and on and on. Okay. Now, several of you raised your hands when I said, okay, you're representative in Congress. You knew the senators. How many of you know your state representative in Springfield? Not very many. And they control, they're should be the most important. Yeah, the federal government, yes, but they make state laws, okay? They determine at what age you may drive, okay? They can change it. I think, again, in Texas, at one time it was 14 years old you could get a driver's license. Each state has their own thing. Excuse me, qualifications for graduation. State sets a minimum of I don't know what it is, 21 credits to graduate. So many in science, so many in social studies, so many in English, and so on, okay? And then the school district can say, well, we think it should be a few more, and so they'll do that. But they can set your graduation. In sales tax, okay, sales tax. So you must be 21 years old, reside in the district for 2 years, and you only work from January to about end of May. Illinois pays their Congress people very well. It doesn't sound like much, but you're working 6 months for $60,000. So really not too bad, okay? Need a volunteer. Come on up. Yeah. Okay. What's your name?
Jared Fulcher. Jared Fulcher.
Jared, okay. Oh, okay. You want to be a senator or a representative?
Be the senator.
Smart move, okay. Now, think about this, maybe help him out. I want you to introduce a bill that you think would help Illinois or that you would like to see a law in Illinois.
Okay. Lower the taxes for people below the age of 18.
Okay. Do you pay taxes lower?
Yeah, I do.
But
Sales tax.
But the thing, okay, but you get all that money back because you're not going to be making enough.
I mean, I make some money.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. You're the exception. You're the exception. Okay, so lower
Yes.
sales tax.
Yes.
Okay, sales tax. Okay, which is usually anywhere from about 8 to 10%. So we want to lower that. Okay, what's the first thing you have to do?
Gotta get the bill passed.
Well, what's the fruit? If he wants to get a bill, okay, into the Senate. What's the first thing he needs to do?
He has to put it on the floor.
He has to introduce it, okay? He has to introduce it, okay? So he'll get in there. He'll hop on when he gets time. I'm the Senator Jared from
Hayworth.
Hayworth, and I would like to introduce a bill to lower our sales tax. And if he has a friend in the house, then he will do exactly the same thing, because in the end, they have to both be worded exactly the same before it can go to the governor. So once it's introduced, what's the next step?
Floor debate.
No. Goes to a committee, okay? Goes to a committee. Here, all I have left is large. Okay. Okay, it goes to a committee where it will be debated. And a lot of these are open. So the committee gets together, okay, it's been sent to this committee, and they're going, okay, pros and cons. Who's in favor of lowering sales tax? Well, we need to be specific. Who would be in favor of that? With the FFA jacket? Oh, okay. Specific.
People who buy a lot of things.
Yeah, okay. You know, you're right there, okay. I buy stuff, I pay sales tax, I want it lowered. Okay, I want it lowered. Okay, so all these people come in and say, yes, we need it lowered. We're paying too much in taxes, it needs to be lowered. Okay? Who would be against this? Specifics.
Businesses?
Well, would the business...
Like the producers, I should say.
Okay. Ah, the government. Where's the sales tax going? To the government. Yeah. So the government, they're going, what if we lower the sales tax, we're not going to have enough money. What are we going to do? I mean, how does the government get their money? Taxes, okay, for the most part. So taxes. So the committee hears this, and then they get together and make a decision. The decision is they can send it to the House or to the Senate floor with a favorable recommendation. They can send it with an unfavorable recommendation. They can say, hey, do what you want, or they can kill it in committee. Okay? Let's say they send it to the floor, and the floor, okay, the floor says, okay, favorable recommendation. So now they're going to vote on this. And of course, the senators are going to be hearing from their constituents and saying, lower it, raise it, lower it, don't stay, okay. And then they'll vote, okay? For Jared, let's say it passes in the Senate. Now the House has to do exactly the same thing. Say it all gets done exactly the way it should be, it's sent to the governor. And now he's hearing from people. Should we lower it? Of course, he's part of the government. And, you know, his advisors are saying, if we lower it, we're not going to have money for next year, does it? So he vetoes it. Is that the end of it? No. Okay? No. They can come back in Illinois sometime in October, November. They will come back for a special session to basically talk about any vetoes. Okay? They can then vote, and it takes what?
2/3.
2/3 to override the veto. Okay? So, Jared, thank you. I wish I had a double X, but I don't. Here. Or an X. There you go. Okay. We're just about done. Yeah. If given a chance, you know, you're not happy with your representative or senator, write him a letter. I can almost guarantee you that you'll hear something. They have some people that when they get letters that, you know, vote this way, vote that way, they have form letters they'll send back to you. And they have people that do that, okay? When you do, make sure you spell their name right, okay? Nobody likes to get something with their name spelled wrong. My last name is McCraith, M-C-C-R-A-I-T-H. I get letters all the time, M-C-G-R-A-T-H. I just throw them away. I mean, why? So spell their name right. Keep it short, tell them what the problem is. Let him know let him know that you're paying attention. Number one, though, do not threaten him. If you don't vote for this law, I'm going to come over to the house with a shotgun and I'm going to blow that door off. No. They frown on that because within a few days you're going to get a knock on the door. If it was a senator in D.C. or a representative, it's going to be the Secret Service. They don't think anything. They have no sense of humor. None. Okay? Just a real quick story because we're running out of time. For years, I was a volunteer at the Boys Nation. We were visiting, I think it was President Obama. No, Clinton. And he was a boy state, and he took real good care of us. But anyway, we were there in the East Wing, which isn't there anymore. And we were waiting for him because you wait on the president, you don't. And the 100 young men were standing around talking to it. And all of a sudden, a couple of good-sized guys come walking in, suits, and they're looking for, they go, is that him? And they escorted him out. To this day, we have no clue what he was talking about. But they escorted him out. President Clinton came in, shook hands with all of us, have a picture. In fact, my favorite picture is in the Oval Office. They escorted him out. We all got our pictures taken, and we were taken outside the White House, and he was out there waiting. Whatever he said, it was the wrong thing, and the Secret Service didn't think it was very funny. So, if you're going to write them, even if you don't agree, say, this is why I don't agree with this, and I wish you would vote against it. Okay. So, and lastly, then, always a fun time, I think, laws that have been passed in the last couple years in Illinois. Digital driver's license, providing a phone to police doesn't give the police consent to search your cell phone. I haven't met anybody yet that has had a digital or your license. Okay, if the police and you show it to them, they can't get any more information off of it. That's the law. Okay, Parent Consent Act. The act prevents minors from creating social media accounts without parents' approval. Yeah. Plus, it stipulates that a company cannot allow a minor living in a state to access social media platform between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. Okay. Cyberbullying includes posting or distributing sexually explicit images, including those made by AI. And that's becoming a little bit of a problem. Don't do it. Okay, Ashley's Law. Yes to medical marijuana in school. A patch to help fight epilepsy. Okay, so medical marijuana. Lethal order of protection. Take a gun away for up to 6 months. Police, family members, or friends of a violent person could ask the court for an order of protection. Okay, hunters. Any of you guys hunters? Okay. Can now hunt with blaze pink instead of or in place of blaze orange. Pink is harder for deers to see and easier for hunters to see. I had no clue, okay? But you can wear pink, okay? And this is another one, and this is kind of serious, and some of you may have been hopefully not too involved in it. Underage drinkers who call 911 for a friend in a medical need will have immunity from criminal charges. Same thing with drugs. You're at a party and drugs are being used and somebody passes out and you're going, oh crap, I got to get out of here. I can't be here because it's illegal. Well, if you call 911, police come, then you can't be arrested, okay? Yes. It just says the person that calls, okay? Yes. Okay, listen up, I can't hear him.
One thing I have about that law, what if someone calls 911 and then right after that everyone else calls to try to also get their immunity?
Probably. I mean, it'd be up to the police, I'm sure. Okay. Provides that a person may not operate a motor vehicle while using electronic communication devices to participate in any video conference. Okay? So you can't there in your... we're getting close, but anyway. A guy was supposed to be in court. Now, it wasn't in Illinois, but he was supposed to be in court. He couldn't get... And he wasn't there. He was late. So he got on his cell phone as he's driving, clicked in, and got into the court, and so he's pleading his case while he's driving. And the judge figured it out, and he goes, not going to work, so he was arrested. Somebody had a 4-H coat on. Ensures that schools consider a student as being in attendance if the student's absent from the school is to participate in a Future Farmers of America program. So you get a day off, okay? And as we know, General Assembly has more time on their hands than they need to do. October is Italian Heritage Month in Illinois, okay? Okay. And, okay, you want some days off? Yeah. Act a little wacky? Amends the school code to allow up to 5 days of excused mental or behavioral health absences for students without the need to provide a medical note. You don't even have to get a doctor's note, okay? You can use that. Okay, we're close. Okay, one last one. Where is it? Okay, the official pie for the state of Illinois. Anybody know what the official pie is? Pumpkin? Yes, absolutely. Okay. Did you get a shirt already?
I did not.
Okay. Illinois is the largest producer of pumpkins in the country. In Morton, Illinois is Libby, and they can more cans of pumpkin than any other state in the United States. So, one last thing is write a thank you note to whoever sponsors you here. And again, one more time, if you can vote in November, it's going to be an important vote. Either way, if you pay a little bit of attention to what's going on, it could make some major changes, or it could keep things the same way it is. But vote, okay? So congratulations. Hope you have a great senior year. What county are you?
Canatzer, sir.
Hey, Canatzer, take care of Gunner, okay? He is going to the University of Missouri. I am a true son of the University of Missouri. I'm a graduate there, so.
You might have to teach the MIZ chant.
M-I-Z.
Z-O-U.
Z-O-U.
That's fine. It's right there. Got it. It didn't bother you at all?
No.
Okay. That's good. Thank you. You're welcome.